By the end of this video, you are going to know enough about the best upright, human-powered small wheel bicycles on the market to make a sensible choice. I have owned and ridden several of these bikes during the last 20 years and am reviewing them as an independent owner and researcher, not connected to any of the companies involved. There are countless of small wheel compact bicycles on the market to fit all budgets and situations. The ones I am endorsing here are 4 exceptional brands that are far above the rest. Buying a top-of-the-line model will of course cost you more than what you pay for a machine-made product from China, but you do get what you pay for. The first bike on this list is the Brompton Classic. The Brompton is the cheapest and the most popular brand on this list. The first bikes were launched in the 1970s and have always featured an ingenious folding mechanism called the tri-fold because the fold occurs at 3 points. The rear wheel folds under the top tube, while the top tube and the steering column both fold as well. Having so many braking points permits this machine to support the wheelbase of a full-sized bicycle. All models have the ability to attach bags of varying size to the front of the frame. Uniquely among folding bikes, the Brompton can be quickly folded into a shopping cart with the front bag remaining in place. The folded bicycle can be rolled around just like a cart, and Brompton even sells a shopping basket which attaches to the bike just like any bag. When done, the bike can be returned into its original form without disturbing the bag or the basket. The steel frame models have well-demonstrated durability and reliability with rock-solid hinges that never give up, while folding bikes that are even more compact do exist, and I have ridden some of them. They lack the Brompton's geometry, which provides surprisingly good riding characteristics despite the tiny size. Brompton steel bikes have been ridden across continents and used for racing. The compact fold and the shopping cart conversion are features which made the Brompton famous, but they are less relevant in the current micromobility market, with kick scooters and ever smaller electric rideables increasingly dominating the urban shopping and errand riding segment. The main benefit of buying a classic steel frame Brompton today is its enormous third-party support network. Because of the longevity and the largely unchanged design of this frame, a massive infrastructure of outside producers has developed, enabling owners to upgrade and modify their Bromptons practically without limit. People have built everything from racing to gravel and electric bikes using the Brompton Classic as a platform with parts made by other companies. Outside companies also produce entire Brompton clones and frames, meaning that a dedicated enthusiast can build an entire Brompton bicycle without using a single Brompton-made part. Founder Andrew Ritchie stepped down as the company's leader in 2017. Since then, a variety of new and often controversial models have been released. Most of these models do not meet the high requirements of this channel and are not recommended. There are often concerns with the durability and backward compatibility of these new models, while the classically beautiful lines of the original design have been completely lost. Despite all the innovation, the old Sturmey Archer hub, which is now hopelessly outdated, is still included with most models. Please check the links below to see my videos on this topic, offering in-depth analysis of alternatives and solutions available for the recently released Bromptons. I also recommend that you check out my book on how I built my own pocket rocket using a Brompton Classic, available from my shop below. Want more performance than a Brompton can provide? The second ride I recommend that you check out is the Birdy. Made by Riese und Müller, the Birdy is an intricately designed German folding bike, originally released to the public in 1995. It represents a step up from the Brompton in terms of comfort and performance. Unlike the Brompton, most Birdy models feature 18-inch wheels with some performance 20-inch varieties also available. All Birdy frames will take comfortable 2-inch wide tires, something only the G-line version of the Brompton is capable of. The Brompton's outdated caliper brakes are upgraded to V or hydraulic disc brakes, offering much improved stopping power. The front wheel is attached to an ingenious foldable suspension mechanism, which significantly reduces dips when hitting bumps. Forearm fatigue does not exist with this suspension. You can ride all day long in perfect comfort. The Birdy is the only machine on this list that can be ordered with the top-of-the-line roll-of-speed hub pre-installed at the factory. This is German engineering at its best. For most markets, Birdy frames are assembled by hand in Taiwan, while German-built Birdies are reserved for the European Union. The bikes come either with their early generation's tubular frames or the more rigid and aerodynamic monocoque designs. The monocoque frames are obviously more expensive. None of the Birdy frames, however, have any hinges, which increases their rigidness over the Brompton's flaxy top tubes. Birdy enjoys adequate third-party support, and owners have achieved amazing tunes and upgrades. However, this support network is still not as extensive as the Brompton, which has been growing for decades longer. The Birdy is also made in titanium form, although this model is not any lighter than the cheaper aluminum versions. The Birdy Titanium is a work of art, but it is only made to order in small batches and only once in a decade, pushing prices to the sky for collectors not willing to wait for years. The Birdy has achieved performance superior to that of the Brompton, but this was possible only by the abandonment of certain conveniences. The Brompton's fold is more compact and easier to wheel around when folded, while the Birdy's intricate front suspension is a marvel. It makes the fitment of a front hub motor impossible. The bike can only be electrified via the middle or the rear. Electrifying a bicycle with a rear hub means that a hub gear system cannot be used, which will noticeably limit top speeds unless a geared crank or oversized chain wheel is installed. If you read my book, you will notice that I had to supersize my chain wheel on my Brompton even with a hub gear in order to hit high speeds. Those interested in an electric bicycle from this company should check out their Tinker model. Unfortunately, the Tinker is speed limited to only 20 miles per hour, but it is a solid, well-built compact bike which is not foldable but can be collapsed into a manageable package. One last criticism of the Birdy is that it comes in too many forms from too many sources, with parts not as easily obtainable as with the Brompton. Should you decide to build something on this platform, I do recommend that you do your research and make sure that adequate third-party support is available for your build. The overall best bike on this list is the Moulton. The Moulton is the Rolls-Royce of the upright bicycle world. Its performance is superior to all other small and even big wheel upright bicycles. The current speed record for a fully faired upright bicycle is still held by a specially engineered Moulton speed at 51 miles per hour. This record was established in 1986. The late transportation genius Alex Moulton, inventor of the original Mini Cooper air suspension system, designed a variety of frames from the 1960s on, with the space frame being the best and most recognizable. An example of this striking design is in the Museum of Modern Art in Manhattan. It is based on the design of tower cranes and is the most rigid bicycle frame on the market. Moultons are separable, not foldable. Separating a frame takes more time than a folding would, but the performance gains are worth it to many. There are no hinges to add weight or flaxing to the frames. Moulton sells several suspension setups, with some models sporting air and rubber creations not seen anywhere else in the industry. Air suspension offers lightweight with the support of the shock and spring designs you find in most cars. Moultons are much more expensive than the other two bikes I have discussed so far, but entry-level models can be purchased for less than $4,000, which is a bargain by Moulton standards. There are also used frames from the 1960s and 70s available for under $1,000. Moultons can be separated with the front pushed around as a shopping cart so long that the front bag or basket is attached. Moulton sells over a dozen different models to address a variety of uses. They make light and fast racing bikes, wide-tire touring bikes, and daily commuters, frames with massive racks to carry serious loads, and even a status symbol bike that has silver brazing and costs $20,000. Uniquely among the brands reviewed here, there is also a tall front fairing available for some models. The main objection against the Moulton is that it is expensive, with models ranging from $4,000 to $20,000. Their separable frames are also more difficult to handle and transport than the simpler folds of the Birdy or the Brompton. In addition, separable frames require separable cables to access the rear brake and transmission, which makes the installation of hydraulic brakes and the roll-off speed hub difficult, although not entirely impossible. The Prodrive bicycle is the newest and most innovative brand on this list. The 21st century design from this innovative brand offers a unique combination of cutting-edge technology and sustainability. Featuring a simple and fast folding mechanism, this bike is engineered for speed with a tubeless, hingeless, non-braking frame made of carbon or plant fibers. The design eliminates the need for derailleurs, and the rear dropout can accommodate a belt drive without a braking point. Configurations include a belt drive, a wireless electric motor, and fat spoke carbon wheels. Most models weigh less than 20 pounds, and even the electric version comes in at under 23 pounds, the lightest e-bike in the world and lighter than most electric scooters. Overall, this new kid on the block packs a ton of cutting-edge features for those only interested in speed and lightness. The brand is little known in the cycling community, having recently changed both its name and its ownership. The original name of Hummingbird was much more fitting. The machine lacks the extensive support infrastructure of the other three. Modifying the bike can also be challenging due to its unique design and custom component. None of the current models are equipped with mudguards, which makes this ride less appealing to commuters, who are one of the largest markets for folding bikes. Once folded, the machine cannot be wheeled around the way the Brompton or the Birdy can, and has to be carried like a laptop. Overall, this brand is best suited for fitness and racing enthusiasts and those looking for the lightest electric bike on the market, and perhaps for the early adopters that simply want to stand out. Based on everything said so far, here are my recommendations for the most common uses of small wheel bikes. If you are seeking a high performance but simple ride for racing or fitness, the Prodrive single speed with belt drive is an excellent choice. Weighing just 15 pounds, it features aerodynamic carbon wheels for fast acceleration and sporty looks, while its slim fold makes it very easy to store and to transport. The minimalist design ensures easy oil-free maintenance, a perfect choice for riders who want a straightforward, no-fuss bike for exercise or even for short-range, dry weather commuting. For more serious racing enthusiasts with deep pockets, the Alex Moulton Speed offers a more rigid, though somewhat heavier option. This ride offers a fully suspended frame, lightweight racing group sets, and a speed record that has not been successfully challenged for nearly a half century. There are two Moulton Speeds currently offered, and neither of them is a bargain. Moulton bikes are banned from the Tour de France, the Olympics, and other big races because if they weren't, they would blow away the rest. Make sure to check out my video on Alex Moulton bicycles linked below. For riders focused on hardcore commuting, touring, or off-road adventures, I recommend the Birdy Touring, or if you have the money, the Moulton XTB. The Birdy comes with 2-inch wide tires, full suspension, hydraulic disc brakes, and a wide range of gears. The Moulton XTB is several times as expensive as the Birdy, but it has larger wheels, a bigger, more robust frame, and a superior rear suspension. The frame is made of hardy steel rather than aluminum as with the Birdy. All of this improves stability and comfort in all situations. The Brompton G line is too late to attempt to break into this market. See my videos on this model, linked below. Finally, here are my recommendations for beginners who want to try small wheel bikes without taking too much of a financial risk. Perhaps the most affordable way to get into the world of small wheel classics is by purchasing a used Moulton from the 1960s or 70s. These vintage bikes are often priced under $1,000, offering an easy entry for beginners. You can buy one as is and gradually restore and tune it over time, customizing and upgrading it at your own pace. And you can always resell it because the brand has a solid reputation and retains its value very well over time. If you want to start with a brand new bike, a basic Brompton Classic steel frame costs just over $1,000 and provides all the basics with a sturdy frame you can easily tune. The Brompton is highly customizable with excellent third-party support. It's easy to tune, modify, and build yours into whatever configuration you want. It is the dream platform for DIY enthusiasts. Brompton steel frames are also easy to resell thanks to their reputation and brand recognition. Make sure to check out my book, Maximum Brompton, linked from my shop below, to see how I built my pocket rocket using this platform. If you feel that the top-of-the-line hand-built gear in this list is not for you, I recommend that you check out my video on Brompton's discount rivals and subscribe to this channel, as relevant content will continue to be published in the coming weeks.